Today, we got to come back here and get this fence line in. Last year, the last push before the end of the season, and we had to pull this stretch of fence line out that came from the corner here and went up to the post on the corner of the corral up there. We had to pull it out because right through here we had dug the trench for the solar conduit and the power conduit going up to that building. So we had to have that out of the way to dig the trench and get that all installed and buried. We didn't have enough time before the snow came to get those fence lines back in place. And we are going to put some new posts in here. They come from that corner post right here. And we'll come straight down here and we'll have a gate set across here and a new corner post set up right here. And that's going to make it so that we can come through here and get access in. And before it gets too late in the season, I'm going to come into this fence line road and widen it back a ways so that we have a full easy access to come in here. You can see that we've got just a ton of deadfall and leaners and problematic trees in here. All of that is going to go into the firewood pile and get cleaned up so that this can be a nice productive portion of ground for pasture. And then we can also continue the road path from here out and make it connect all the way down to the corner set where that new road is going to go in that we cleared the trees just a couple of weeks ago down by the driveway entrance. Today, my goal is to get this part widened out to allow for the gate right here. Going to get this widened out for the gate width that we want. Get the new corner post set here. A new corner post set here. Run the fence posts up this line and re-stretch this wire across here. And then I've got a gate that I can put across here temporarily till I get the right gate there. This tree here needs to come out because it's going to be too closer than I want it for the fence line. And that one there needs to come out also because it's going to be too close for what I prefer. So I'm going to come in here at the bottom now and widen this space out, make sure that we've got enough cut for this gate to be in place, the right width, and clear and smooth the transition for going from gate to corner post to fence post. And then try to smooth out this transition a little bit in preparation so that I don't want to have to come in here later when I have fence and a corner set and all this stuff to mess with this corner too much when we come in to widen this road. is. It's a 12-foot gate.
Is that snow that's falling?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was worse earlier.
Really?
Bright blue sunshine skies and snow blowing sideways.
What the heck? That just makes me so mad.
It's, it's just stuff to make you question your sanity and reality.
Oh, jeez.
Do we want to push these in real quick while I'm here
Yeah,
and then go up
yeah,
and pull that tree and do the work up there?
Yeah.
And work our way up, right?
yep. I just want to let you know that your filming crew wants to put in an official complaint.
Weather complaint?
Yes.
Okay, well, when you're out there with your coat and gloves, I'll be in here with the heater and the AC.
You're such a turd.
I think your problem there is you got too many layers on, too many gloves and coats and things. You can't. You're going the wrong direction, silly goose. You're unwinding it.
Okay, I'm getting hot now.
Hold it, I'll put a paint mark on it for you.
You know, the warmest hoodie I own is the one I got from Hawaii.
Right there?
Yeah.
From the observatories.
Yeah, it's like super, super thick.
What's this? Oh, gotcha. Not like I was aiming.
Oh, sure.
6'6". Okay.
Okay.
Too many fingers on your gloves, so I can't tell which direction they're going. You're so giant on your hand. It looks like you're pointing. It looks like you're pointing in 7 different directions. Then what? Then what? You can't move it, then a herd of cows can't either. Come on. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. That's it. Put a cow pie around it. Pack it down.
I can get you another pole.
Okay.
I hate demolitioning anything you build. It's
Yeah?
my least favorite thing in the world.
How come? Not fun to take apart what I build?
No. You have all the things in place, and I like demoing like crappy build houses, you know? It's like easy to take apart because they're put together by 2 nails, you know?
I got you. Yeah, it's a little loose. I got a tamping bar, we can tamp around it, but it'll tighten up when we get the other ones to it and weld it. That's all kind of built up stuff, so I knew it would be a little loose in there anyway.
Yeah, this one's going to be really loose too then.
Probably.
It's all not native ground.
Yeah, so let's use the other 9-footer for that one. And then I'll mark that post back there. I'll clear that so we can mark the other post.
Bring you another one of these then?
Yeah, the same big heavy, because they're 9 foot long, the others are 8.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll take this one down a little farther too, because this is just going to be a brace. So it'll be best to be down in there good and hard, you know. So we'll mark it here in just a second. I need to straighten this one. It needs to go that way. Here. Should we go to a 4 foot or 5 foot and see what it looks like? Go to 5 foot, see what that looks like. How's that look? Look all the way around it. I definitely stabilize it. Will you look around it, make sure it's nice and straight up and lined up with the other one and everything? Not that one, the one back here.
Yeah, if I stand here, I can't even see that other one. What are those like?
Oh my God. Can't even with you. I can't see the paint, so you got to tell me.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
What? Well, we're going to take this tree out because it's just too close to the fence. But because there's a little bit of wave in this hillside still right now, let's run the string line down it. That way we can push them into the same height to the top of the string. And then as I'm in here, I can kind of move the dirt a little bit to bring it up to a little bit closer grade line. I just have to try to reach where I can reach and try to smooth it. That one's at 6 foot up there. And we know we set this other one at 6.5, right? We'll put it right at the top of that 6.5 because that's making up the difference of where it drops off down to the gate. So we'll put it to the top of there, and then we can bring all these right down to the top, and they should be all right about 6 foot. Which will give us enough, when they're this way, it'll give us enough to have the 4 foot width at an angle crossing over it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's 6.5. By the time we come to this post, we go straight up and down at 6 foot depth. That's right there. That one's at 6. This is 6.5. This thing on these two is 5. And 5. Really consistently 5 feet to that string across here. Yeah. This one will be lower. 5.5. 6.
before
So
we.
I got to come around up there. Do you want me to bring them up to the excavator? You don't want to walk it back and forth and get warm?
No, I want my coat.
Oh.
I go get my coat.
I was bringing it to you. Wind's getting up pretty good, so I'm going to try to keep the camera out of the wind. But got all the posts in and they look good. We strung the string line across the top to try to make sure that the tops were even, and then our plan is to put the continuous fencing panels down this edge. We went and looked at it, priced it out, and we like the look of it. That's what we want to put right here. But we're gonna wait a minute for that. For now, we need to get these little steers moved, which means for now we're gonna put this same fencing back on that we took off. We'll get it tied up here, stretch down, and just tie it off, and then we'll just tie it off with wire to wrap it to the poles for now. And then I need to spend tomorrow trying to do up all these corners. So the braces need all their bracing welded in and things welded up to get that all like really nice and plumb, all directions, and everything fastened and secured. And then we're going to get this part put in, stretched up relatively tight just so it's nice. And then the fence down there along the pathway road, it's got a little bit of sag in it, so we'll pull that up and tighten it back up again. Just going to try to keep ripping through this and try to get it as ready as we can to bring them steers up here, hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow. See if that's anywhere close. Yeah, that'll work. we're gonna get in here and start welding up those corners and braces so that I can get it blocked off, keep the goats from wandering like they have been, and get these steers moved up. That will give me the angle I need on the pipe. I'm gonna weld the bottom one in. Both of those are a little bit out of plumb right now. The one with the fencing is, especially because it's getting pulled by the fencing, so it's kind of pulled uphill. This other one, we set it pretty close, but it's actually just a little bit downhill. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get the bottom one set into place, and then put a ratchet strap across the top to pull it into plumb, and then I'll tack everything up. If we're anywhere close.
I just got the Ranger unloaded and the table all washed.
Okay.
You took care of that tree, I see. That was leaning on the fence.
Yeah.
That was good of you, thanks.
I just went and picked it up.
With your arms? Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You are just amazing.
I know.
You just do these kind of things, and I'm like,
Just do stuff, you know.
you just lift trees off fences.
Just do whatever it takes, whatever it is.
I love it. I love it. You have 52% chance of snow and rain.
Well, I'll work until the weather doesn't let me, and I'll put my tools inside so that they're not.
It's gonna start at about 2 a.m.
Okay.
and we'll keep going.
Tomorrow's all day is rainy.
I hope not. Let me see.
I sure hope not. I just bladed the hell out of the road.
Don't worry, it's only raining until 3 a.m. and then it turns into snow.
Because I just put, like,
6 hours into the road.
yeah,
So we're
and
gone
I
for a minute.
bladed the hell out of it. So. Kind of nice when it fits like you want it to. I got this brace that I need to fill in, and it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit odd shape because it has to take off uphill so fast. And I went to the salvage yard the other day looking for some kind of a wire mesh or expanded metal or some kind of something to put in there to fill in. I thought through all kinds of different options, whether a sucker rod, a rebar, a round rod, pipe, tubing, square, round, whatever, all kinds of things. And I went looking, and I didn't find any kind of expanded metal or mesh that was big enough piece to be of any use for me. But what I did find was these old seedbed packer wheels. I guess I just thought that might look kind of cool, put together as like a gear mesh through there to fill it in. When I saw them, I thought, oh, that might be neat. So I took a picture of them and sent them to Ola and said, hey, what do you think about this? Am I just kind of a little off my rocker here? Or would that kind of look all right? And she said, no, I think that would look awesome back there. Put a pin in it and waited a day or two and let it marinate. Showed it to Everest, got his take on it, got Ola's again. We talked about it again. I was like, all right, let's do that. So I went in, Logan and I went in, we got these things pulled off of the old seedbed packer. Now I'm going to have to figure out a little bit of a layout of how they'll fit in there for the sizing to make sure that they fill in the space appropriately to do it. But we're going to try to get those welded up and put in today so we can get this beat up old gate off of here and fill that in. And then I need to finish welding up the corner brace on this other side. Right now I just have that bit of fence just kind of tied off. I need to tension it up and refasten it. I don't think I'll worry too much about putting a finished gate on here until we have enough desire to put that in, until that becomes a financial priority to go ahead and put the gate in here and do the continuous fence going up. But it'll be nice to get this brace finished up, finish up those two. So now I'm going to kind of look these over and see what I can do to arranging them. I need to know if I need to put any space in them, or if I need them to touch teeth tips or teeth down into each other to keep kind of the right amount of distance spaced. I think that's what it works. I'm going to weld two of them that way. Two of them together, two of them together.
Are you gonna start from the top like this or the top like that?
No, inside.
Inside only.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the inside only.
Yeah. I may need another wheel up in that bottom corner up there.
Yeah, just to kind
of block that.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get this bottom done first.
Yeah.
Get the gate out of the way.
Yeah.
And then see what I need, because I've also got to figure out where I'm gonna come down from the top. If I'm gonna come top to top all the way across. Or I'm gonna come down somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Or just what? So I need to see what I have and what's gonna fit there.
All I have to say is this was a good move. This was a really good move for this part of the fence. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited to see it done.
It'll look nice too, because it'll match up with the corral change up there and stuff, and what's going to happen with these things.
All right, I could diddle daddle some more and just watch you. However, I need to go rake it. I need to go rake. I got my gloves. I got a partially good attitude.
Partially good attitude.
We'll get it done. Hey, have fun, honey.
Okay, love you. Okay, got the corners braced up, welded. That's all filled in and looks nice. I like the way it looks. This one is braced up both directions. I'm gonna have a gate hanging off of this post over here, and it's gonna be hinged on this side. So I've got the top brace and I've got this one going this direction so that it should help hold the gate a little better. Then the gate, of course, will come across here and have a brace coming up from the bottom up toward the outside edge to help carry the brace load. I pulled this one, it was this way, a little bit of plumb. So I got my measurement down here and transferred it up here so they would be parallel. And then I hooked a ratchet strap to the top of that pole and back over here to this tree right there, wrapped it around that and ratcheted this back this way to pull all this up plumb and made sure that this one was plumb and this was all braced up nicely. While that was held in place, I welded this all up and got the brace going this direction because I'm going to pull this fence back here, so that brace going down will help any pull on this gate post, help kind of drive it down and keep it squared up nice. The only thing I've got left here is to tension this fence, and then I think we're done back here for now, at least. I really kind of like the way that looks. Those are all cast iron, so I'm hoping that they hold. I did use a nickel rod. It's just hard to control the warm up and cool down in this kind of a situation. So I kind of checked a couple of them for cracks, and there was one or two that as they cooled, they cracked. So I re-welded them and hit them again, and everything seems to be without any cracks. It seems to be holding good. So as long as it gets through this first little bit of weld settling and temperature neutralizing, it should hold pretty well. Typically when I've welded cast iron in the past, I've had to have preheat and then weld with the nickel rod and then cover it with blankets and stuff to get it trap the heat so that it would cool down slowly. But I think it looks cool. It's going to be just fine. It should be hauled pretty well. This is going to have a post or a rail come off the top here, and then we're going to run railing all the way up the tops of those up to the top of that rail tie. And that'll be drill pipe welded on coming down through here and connecting down. So I don't know when I'm going to get that, but that'll be the finish. We'll probably do that when we do the continuous rail fence, and that'll go in place of this net fencing, and it'll come from that rail tie down here across that continuous rail. And that's when we'll probably put that top rail on there. But for now, pasture's finally fully legitimately secured. And I think we're in good shape. I'm going to tension that fence and we're going to be golden. So